Everything is gonna be all right this evening. Welcome to XO Sports. We got the hottest sports talk show in the land. We got Brian, Aaron, Malcolm, and Terry. Don't you forget about me. My name is Emerson. Oh, yeah. Welcome to XO Sports.
Are you serious? They came back again? They came back one more time for XO Sports? Man, something must be going on here. Let's get rocking, fellas. What's up? Episode
What's going
number
on?
36. We here. Man, I'm super pumped up. Let's go. Let's get to it. Talk to us.
I can't talk because I just saw you lip sync to your own intro.
How about that, huh? Hey, listen, man. Listen, I ain't no Millie Vanilli now. I'll sing it for real. You know, I ain't no Millie Vanilli now.
Yeah,
I'm saying to myself, am I missing something here?
Yeah,
it
you
real?
know it's true. You.
Oh my goodness.
He was ready to go in case the audio cut out. That's
Yeah,
what-
Gary, please tell me about the subscribe button.
Oh, man.
XO Sports Talk would like to thank our viewers and listeners for their support. We are currently streaming on all media and podcast platforms. If you're watching on YouTube, please be sure to tap that notification bell and hit that subscribe button. And you can also join in on tonight's discussion by calling the number at the bottom of the screen. If you're listening in, and call in by calling 475-221-5006. Again, thank you everybody for all your support.
Thank you,
Thank
everybody
you.
out there,
Thank you,
wherever
definitely.
you may be at.
Thank you.
Hope you're listening in right now. Hey, welcome to XO Sports.
36 and counting.
Yeah.
Hey, we're moving, man. We moving, bro, huh?
Hard to believe, man.
We're moving, huh?
Moving to the hockey update, Emerson.
Well, in the world of the NHL, first I want to send a shout out to my boy Malcolm, who couldn't be with us tonight. Malcolm, wherever you are, man, we just want to send a shout out to you, man, from your boys here at XO Sports. Now
Salute.
back to the world of hockey, and I got the NHL power rankings for this week, and we coming at you with number one, the Colorado Avalanche, the Florida Panthers at number 2. We got the Carolina Hurricanes at number 3. Coming in at number 4, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Then we got number 5, the Pittsburgh Penguins. Coming in at number 6, and here they come, the New York Rangers. Coming in at number 7, the Boston Bruins. And listen, they're getting ready to get on a hot streak right now because they got their goalie back. He just returning back, so they're ready. And then number 8, we got the Minnesota Wild. And listen, I'm going to tell you something. We got a hot game coming up this week. The New Jersey Devils and the Tampa Bay Lightning are facing off on Thursday night. That's going to be a hot one. New Jersey, they're coming off a 5-win streak right now. Tampa Bay Lightning, they've won 6 of their last 7. And listen, things are getting ready to get hot right now in the NHL. And also, we got the NHL All-Star game coming up pretty soon, so get ready for that. But Tampa Bay, listen, you better watch out. Come on now, you've been hurting on your power play goals. They've given up like 5 power plays in their last 3 games, so they need to brush up on that a little bit. But I think they're going to be in the thick of things when it's all said and done. That is your news from the world of the NHL.
Thank you, Em.
Yes, sir.
I'll be watching that game.
Well,
Yeah, man.
Saturday NFL playoff games.
Woo!
Sunday NFL playoff games.
Woo!
Well,
As Ric Flair would say.
Woo. A double woo.
I tell you, Skippy, who called in last week about my Pittsburgh Steelers, I've got a seat right next. You can sit right next to me now, Skip. All aboard the night train.
All aboard.
We're
You are
Hashtag
definitely with
terrible
me.
towel. Hashtag terrible team.
I use my terrible towel to wipe that sheet
Oh,
down for you.
oh yeah.
Welcome
Uh,
aboard.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Only one man left standing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sir.
Yep.
Guys, Cincinnati beat the Tennessee Titans 19-16. Terry, how did you feel about that game?
Well, for me, I felt I, I was surprised, but not really surprised because I felt they had the potential, and I said it last week, to get to the Super Bowl. And here we are. They're one game away.
Yep.
Joe Burrow, we all said it. He's special. He's poised. He has that. I know it's a lot. It's saying a lot to compare him to Brady, but he has that poise in the pocket. And it was a good game. I didn't expect Tennessee to turn the ball over like they did, and when they did, Cincinnati made them pay for it. They're a dangerous team. You can almost kind of put them in that category of where they can be a bad matchup for anybody they face.
Well, to me, the kid has would you say Burrows has a coolness away, coolness in the pocket for a second-year quarterback who really didn't play a full year in his first year, T?
Oh yeah, definitely. And besides that coolness, if you hear his teammates have heard comments where they say he's also a competitor and he has a confidence about him, which you don't really see come out in any of the interviews. You could call it cockiness, but he likes to win, and he's everything we thought when we were kind of making our preseason predictions. He's turned out to be everything that we were saying he could be this year.
Yeah.
This is with the offensive line that's protected him at times, but hasn't done a great job all year doing it.
Emerson.
Listen, man, first of all, I'm really disappointed in the Tennessee Titans. You were like the number one seed in that AFC. You had a week off. You got Henry back. You had Brown. You had Julio Jones. You had everything you were supposed to have. But Mr. Tannehill let you down. He just gave the ball away. He didn't come to play. It was postseason, and he wasn't ready. But my hat goes off to the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Cool Burrow. And something you just said, Aaron, he didn't have a full season his rookie year.
Yeah.
This is really like his first full season that he's able to grasp everything that's going on in the NFL, which is a tough task within itself. But he has shown up and shown out. First of all, he was sacked, I want to say 8, 9 times, and he just got back up, didn't flinch. Let's go on to the next play. Let's make the next play. And that's what he did. But I have to, and I must send a shout out to my man, the kicker, Evan McPherson. What? He's got ice water in his veins. This dude hasn't missed a field goal, I don't believe, in the postseason yet. I need to double check that. But hold up. I want to say this. I've never heard or never seen, or I don't know if we'll ever see it again, where a kicker, he has the number one selling jersey in Cincinnati. I think his jersey is like sold out everywhere in Cincinnati. I've never seen that from a kicker.
Yeah.
If anyone else has, please let me know. Call into the show. Evan McPherson, the rookie kicker, has ice water in his veins. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if the Bengals will be where they are right now without Evan McPherson. And I know all the shouts go out to Jamar Chase, and he's box office. Don't get me wrong. Their receiving core is box office. They got a solid defense. Joe Burrow. But do not forget Evan McPherson. I'm sending a shout out to you, brother.
Oh,
Well deserved.
Big
Brian.
win for the Bengals.
yeah. And it was a great win for the Bengals. I don't think anybody expected this for this team to get this far this early their maturation process. But what we saw was kind of what we thought with the Chase and Burrow connection. That's been great. Can't deny that. But in this game, you did see the flaw of what we thought they needed was the offensive line show up in that game. And he got sacked 8.5 times. Just so you know. So, but he stayed cool. He stayed calm. It was a great win. Tannehill, I thought he basically lost the game for the Titans to me. But you can't take nothing away from Cincinnati. They played great all season. They've been a very dangerous team, but they definitely got to see that offensive line needs to be shored up. Protect your young quarterback, who's the future. You want to put some rock solid players up there to protect them. So, but great win. It was a great game once again. So, yep.
Well, great win by the Cincinnati Bengals on their way to the AFC Championship. I'm just like, it's almost like turning the page and the chapter reads, all hail the Bengals. Long road for the Steelers. Because this kid is not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere.
Unless, something bad happens. Other than that, he's got a wide receiver for the next 10 years to go with him.
Got a couple of good wide receivers.
Couple of good wide.
Forget about Mixon.
Yeah.
The running back. Yeah.
So
that too.
And also they have him under the rookie salary. So they can go out and get more players because they don't have to pay him for the next 3. They got 3 more years before they have to pay him.
He got a 5-year contract?
Well, when you're a first round quarterback,
deal.
You got a 5-year deal.
Is it a 4-year with an option with a 5th or something like that?
I think his option on the 5th. But no matter what, he's not going to see the 5th.
He's not going nowhere.
No.
But if you're the team, you would want to shore him up. If they were smart, they would shore him up now. By the market is where it is.
You don't do that, because if you do, then you tie yourself with free agency. Now you can't bring in anybody
That's true.
to fill spots.
Yeah.
So you got them at a discount now. You ride the wave.
Yeah, that's true.
And let me say this while we're still on the Bengals real quick. I was wrong during draft day when I was screaming for them to take Penei Sewell. He was the top tackle in the game. I was wrong. Jamar Chase. I mean, they're going to have to draft a tackle this year in the draft.
Yeah.
But I was wrong. I was screaming, protect your franchise quarterback by taking the number 1 tackle in the game.
Yeah.
I was totally wrong, and I'm glad they made the choice and they didn't listen to me.
I wish they did, because that combination right there, you're almost looking at a poor man, Tyreek Hill.
A poor man? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill is Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
Chase
is Chase.
Yeah.
I'm not.
He's
right now.
Beast.
He's a beast, but the problem is right now, Tyreek Hill is the man.
He is. Tyreek Hill is
I agree
good.
with
But
that.
let me just finish up on this real quick. My feelings on Tannehill. You bet if you're Tennessee, the running back that you have, you better go find another running back to go along with Henry, because is this the beginning of him getting beat up? And you better go find another quarterback.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they got to
because in the AFC, you've got young guns that are going to be around for the next 10 years. You got Burrow, you got San Diego's Herbert.
Yep.
You've got Mahomes.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
AFC,
Josh
young
Allen,
quarterbacks,
Buffalo.
Yeah.
and Josh Allen.
Yeah.
So the AFC is stacked with a bunch of young quarterbacks that are going to be in each other's way trying to win.
Well,
I
So
love it. I
let
love
me
it.
ask you something, G.
Yep.
Because of the way the Titans are set up, they're almost set up for old school football run when the league is predominantly pass. So what do you do with that?
I stay with my formula, but I go get another quarterback. The
I would
formula-
like
The formula that they have of running the football, controlling the football, works. Your quarterback, Tannehill, is not the answer. Now you can take
Well-
that same offensive scheme. Let's go like this. You can take Joe Burrows and put him in that offense. He'll light it up
I don't think
because
they're
he
throwing
won't make
enough.
the mistakes of Tannehill.
well. Let me say this, and just to add to that, I don't think Tannehill was never the long-term answer. He was like a stopgap guy. They kind of plucked him from the Miami Dolphins as, okay, let's see what you got, and he proved to be serviceable.
Yeah, I
He proved
agree
to
with
be
that.
serviceable.
I agree with that.
You know how you have that donut in the car. It's not going to take you 300 miles, but it will get you to the gas station. It will get you to the garage so that you can change your tire. You can't ride on it for long, and that's what Tannehill is.
Well, the fans are.
Yeah.
What you're saying is true, but he's not getting journeyman's money. He's getting paid good money. He's around $20 million a year.
That's a problem.
So
Yeah.
he's not getting paid $10 million. And second of all, if you're a Tennessee Titans fan, you've got to be going like, we need a quarterback
Absolutely.
because this guy's just not doing it.
Yep.
But moving on to the Los Angeles Rams beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 30-27. Harry, what did you see in that game?
I saw two different Rams teams. I saw a team that was dominant, clicking on all phases of the game. Again, I don't know how, but the man for Cup is always open, and I can't explain how, but he's always open.
Always.
Stafford looked good. The defense looked good. And then little by little, a mistake here, a 3-and-out here. I said it in a group text, don't give number 12 a chance to come back. And he came back.
Yeah.
But they had the formula to beat a Brady-led team, which was you get to him, rattle
You
him,
got to get to him.
you rush him, you make him rush some throws, which, he rushed a lot of throws where a lot of his throws hit the ground, because he just didn't have the time back there. So they won the game, but it looked like two different Rams teams. And I'm hoping that's what we see this Sunday. I hope we see the second half Rams come out there and play this Sunday.
Emerson.
Listen, man, Aaron Donald, he's a man possessed. They couldn't block him. They couldn't stop him, no matter how hard they tried. And like Terry just said, getting to Brady and to frustrate him, I want to frustrate Brady whenever I play him. And that's why I was just so hoping that the Cowboys would have been there to play Tampa Bay. I just wanted one more shot at them because we had them on the ropes the first game of the season, and we let them off the hook. But anyway, right now in this present time, you see I'm back there still representing my Cowboys, right? You do see that, right? And you see the world sign up there. That means we're still on top of the world. Anyway.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. See you at the combines, buddy.
I thought the Rams were going to blow it. I said, no, this can't be happening. you're not letting Tom Brady go down in history again. No, we're not going to let that happen. And then when I saw the defense that they put out there trying to stop Cooper Kupp, how do you let this man continue to go be open? And hold on, what's the defensive coordinator there for the Bucks? He's up
Todd
for a head
Bowles.
coaching job, huh?
Todd Bowles,
Todd
yeah.
Bowles.
Todd Bowles.
Didn't
I
understand
like
that.
I like Todd Bowles. He's a very respected name in the NFL from a defensive coordinator perspective. But Todd Bowles, I wanted to ask you some questions. What is going on?
But let me
What
ask
is-
you a question, Emerson. The head coach heard the play call that was going in.
Mhm.
Should the head coach had said, "We're not blitzing.
Well,
You keep everybody
He can
back
make the
to
call. Yeah,
prevent
he can
them."
make
he
that
can
call.
make that call.
Now,
Yes,
So
he can
I-
make that call.
you know, Todd Bowles made the call, the play call, but to me, the head coach has got to take the responsibility. Say, no, we're not blitzing right here. We're playing zone.
I'm just not letting Cooper Kupp beat me.
Mhm.
He had over 130 catches during the regular season. I'm not letting Cooper Kupp beat me. I don't care who else has a big day, has a career day. Cooper Kupp, you're going to have 3 catches for 45 yards. That would be my game plan. If I got to roll a safety over the top and keep bumping him on the line of scrimmage, something has to happen. I just cannot let that happen. I
Mm.
cannot let that happen, and they did. Todd Bowles, big letdown.
Brian.
And it was 2 halves for the Rams. The Rams came out, they focused, came out to play, jumped on top of them early. And what y'all were saying in regards to getting to Brady, they were doing that. And the key to getting to Brady is not tailors and blitzing. You need to get to him with your 4-man rush. They have to push it right in his face, so he can't really step up in the
Right up
pocket.
the middle.
Yep. And that's what they were doing. They was making them unsettled. They was making them uncomfortable. He was throwing it in the dirt. But as the Rams got to half, they let their foot off the gas. They had a 20-3 lead at the half. And you could see they looked like they got a little complacent, like they didn't want to make mistakes, start making mistakes. And it was run, pass. It was so predictable. Next thing you know, game's tied. And you was like, oh, Brady's going to win this. That's what I thought. I was like, oh, they're going to fold up and Brady's going to win this. And I'll have to hear about this at work all day. But then next thing you know, defensive coordinator calls linebackers, corner, blitz. And I don't know what the safety was doing. How do you let Cooper Kupp, who is the leading receiver this year,
Listen, man,
been
that
leading,
just blew my mind. Like,
yeah.
what?
How do you let him get behind you? The safety, you know, there's nobody else behind you. So
Nobody.
Yeah.
got to keep him in front of you. He just blew right by him. And it was a bad call, but for the player, I thought it was even more because you knew you had nobody else behind you. So you
Brian,
couldn't let him get there.
The linebackers talked about how they blew it. They were supposed to blitz.
Yep.
And they didn't.
But
They
still,
froze.
yeah. Well, how do you let them get behind you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Safety.
that's-
You're the
line
farthest man
defense
back.
Safety. Right.
Yeah, that's
can't-
right out the huddle. No
Yeah.
one gets behind you.
yeah.
Nobody.
And
I blame a lot of that on the head coach.
well, if
There
you
was
had,
some communication issues I heard.
yeah, you
before.
just
there was
said
some communication issues.
the
I heard
linebackers
there
didn't
was
do
some
what they were
grumblings.
supposed to
Yeah.
do.
The
There was some
linebackers
safety
were
didn't do
supposed
what
to
he was
blitz
supposed to do.
with the safety. But for me, with that amount of time in the game, I am not going to let them get in field goal range. I thought that
course
was
not.
completely stupid to just call a all-out blitz to go after him. And I just scratched my head. I'm sorry, Brian. Continue, please.
No. I don't really have a problem with call. I don't like it, but I didn't have a problem with it because they was on the verge of folding.
Well, let me say that. Let me just say to add this to that last call on the blitz call. From what I understand, they've heard that You can rattle Stafford
Mhm.
if you put some pressure in his face.
Yeah.
That's the book out on him. So pressure moment. Let's put a little pressure in his face and see how he handles it. Can he process where he's going with the football that quickly? I mean, so it is a give and take. But back to Brian's point, you do not, as the safety, let Cooper Kupp get behind you by no means.
You have Dominic Sue, Pierre Paul, and the nose tackle who is playing out of his mind. Guys, go get him. Go hunting.
Yeah.
Go get him. Linebackers, everybody, you drop back into coverage.
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't want to, as the head coach, in his defense, I'll say this. You had your defense back, 100% of your defense back. These guys are veterans. You just named off 3 of them. So if the call comes in for an all-out blitz, this is a defense that was dominant last year and dominated in the Super Bowl, got you to the Super Bowl, and you won. So maybe Arians hearing that call come in, he's like, all right, these guys are veterans. You know, if they're calling a blitz, I trust, and it's a trust thing, right?
All right.
You trust Todd Bowles, you trusted him all year.
Yeah.
You know, so you trust that your defense is going to get the job done.
Yep.
And that was probably the key. You wanted to rattle him, want to get in his face and see if he could process where he was going to throw the ball. Again, I'll fall back on what Brian said. As a safety, nothing gets behind you. You don't let the referee get behind you. Don't let the fans get behind you.
One of the things that you saw a lot of rust from that defense is that was the first time they all played together this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that was quite interesting. But for me, I was fed up with the referee, Hockerly. He drove me crazy. I am not a Tom Brady fan. I respect his championships that he's got.
I hope you're not talking about that hit on the chin or
well, this is my
don't touch Brady.
As they say, this is my time.
Let's not touch Brady.
I'm sorry. This is my time. You had your time. Freeze.
Yeah.
I did not like the hit on Brady. I did not like Dominic Sue 15-yard penalty. I thought it was too much of the official. And then when Brady was getting ready in the red zone to try to tie the game up, he's right in his face, 4th down. And I'm saying to myself, get out of the way. I'm saying to myself, this is too much of this official. The thing that drove me crazy also in that game, when they were, Brady shot through the football, and it was 4th and inches. They went to the videotape. He comes back. He says, the play stands, 4th down. I said, okay. But then you hear Al Michaels say, he just moved the football up about a foot. And I'm saying, okay, where's the chain gang? Show me where the football actually is to get a 1st down. He never brought it out. And I'm saying these little small things, because on that play, whatchamacallit was hit behind the line of scrimmage. Forte. Just so it was lucky that the guy bounced right off of him and he ran it in for a 1st down. But I'm saying, what was the marker? How far was he from being a 1st down? Was this something that Brady could have just taken the football, hike, and just moved up? We don't know. And to me, at that time, he should have showed exactly where the ball was going to be marked. But
I got one more thing to say though, about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think Bruce Arians smacked the wrong guy upside the head. He should have smacked the safety upside the head, letting Cooper Kupp get
He-
behind him.
Who
Yeah.
knows
Again,
what happened after the game?
While he was at it, he should have smacked Todd Bowles upside the head, for calling that play.
Well, you
know.
also had one of the players for on Tampa Bay that threw his helmet and got a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, he
with,
should have smacked him. Since he's been in a smacking mood, it's only 50 grand. Just start smacking people upside the head.
It's getting behind everybody.
Now,
I'll teach you a lesson. Pow! Give me that sound, Brian. Come on. Pow! Give me that sound.
oh, my
There you
goodness.
go.
Well, we come to a point right now that
Oh man.
one person is smiling. He's already at he's got his San Francisco 49ers helmet.
This is for the this helmet
no.
this little helmet is for the non-believers. You can put this helmet on.
Shots fired.
San Francisco 49ers beat the Green Bay Packers 13-10 at Lambeau Field, which nobody did not give the 49ers a chance to win that game. It was supposed to be discount double check Aaron Rodgers moving on.
The snow.
Emerson.
Mhm.
Hold on. I gave the 49ers a chance.
Well, give yourself a cookie.
Yeah, I gave them a chance. Now, listen, Mr. Aaron Badman Rodgers. I'm not going to take anything away from his legacy, but Aaron Rodgers, you have one Super Bowl in 17 years. We made all the provisions for you during the offseason. You wasn't going to show up. Are you coming? Are you not? Are you going to host Jeopardy? Well, I want Randall Cobb. I'm not coming if you don't sign Randall Cobb. I'm not coming if you don't have this guy. And oh, by the way, I falsified my vaccination. All this drama. And then you go on a couple weeks into the season and say, I own you, Chicago. Don't you forget that. But he forgot that the San Francisco 49ers own him 4-0 in the postseason, Mr. Double Check. So now you got all season to think about this, Mr. Rodgers. And I'm not taking none from your legacy. I think you're one of the greatest quarterbacks that ever stepped on the football field. But, he doesn't like this, and everybody's coming after him, and everybody's rooting against him. Big win for the 49ers. I'm congratulating them moving on to the NFC Championship game. They came in there with a plan. Listen, I thought Garoppolo was going to give it up one time. There was a couple throws he made that should have been picked off, and I was like, oh, no, here we go, Jimmy G. But he held it together, and they prevailed. Big ups to Kyle, the coach, Kyle Shanahan. Listen, it was a well-planned game. They did what they had to do in the snow in Lambeau. Big win for the 49ers.
Terry.
Well, I got a name for Jimmy G. From now on, I'm calling him Jimmy 9 Lives Garoppolo. 'Cause he definitely, some of those throws, you were like, oh boy, my heart was just falling every throw. But this game, I'm not even gonna put it on Aaron Rodgers. What I'm gonna do, because everybody's talking about him, I'm gonna give some credit to our defensive coordinator, Miko Ryans. I don't know what he did, but he made an adjustment after those 4 targets to Devontae Adams. And then after that, they were playing our game, that grit and grind type of offensive game, which surprised me and kind of made me wonder, did the weather play a factor? Because to me, Aaron Rodgers was a non-factor in this game after the first 4 targets and that touchdown. There was some big moments by our defense and special teams. Let's talk about the fumble right before the half. where they could have went up 14-0, and we could be talking about Packers Rams game right now.
Mm-hmm.
But the block field goal was big. And once we were
Big
going
time
into the
special team
half,
play.
yeah, once we were going into the half down 7-0, I said we got a shot. And that's all we needed was a shot. You know what? Jimmy G, again, very questionable throws, but made some big throws when it mattered. Can't
Yes,
take
he did.
anything away from for that. Got to give Deebo Samuels a big 3rd and 7. Grinded it out, got us the first down. Just a not the most exciting game scoring wise, but it was a good game. Grit and grind, man. That's our style. That's how we do it, man. And here we are, SoFi. 50-minute drive from the Bay. The Bay versus LA, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But big shout out to D'Amico Ryans.
D'Amico Ryans, hell of a coaching scheme put together for that game, and he might be up for a job too, man. Yeah, I think
Minnesota
Vikings.
Minnesota Vikings.
They're looking
at him.
Yeah.
Good.
I still have mixed I have not even mixed feelings. I think it was dead wrong to fire Zimmer in Minnesota, but
always a fall guy.
That's my feelings.
Somebody's got to take the shot.
Brian.
Congratulations to your team. One step away from making it to Paradise Island. But Jimmy G, he is shaky, man. He is shaky. And with a stud running game, and he's shaky. So that's, I don't know what you want to call it. But one thing I was thinking about, well, let me go back. Watching that game, it reminded me of Madden a lot. The way the snow was falling, the field was looking, it was a grit and grind game. I was like, yo, this looked like the Madden football game back in the day. I was like, this is good. Made me almost want to go out and get it, but not this one. But I wanted to think if Debo, I think we may have lost it too, but Debo Samuel, does he change the way organizations look at the wide receiver position and running back position? You can get dual for one. So I wonder if that's something he has changed and made possible.
I would say no.
Why not?
Because those are only special players.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you look at Deebo Samuels, he runs like a running back. I mean, he's a wide receiver, but he's looking for the contact. He won't run out of bounds. He's looking to run you over like a running back. And he's fast as well. So he's just a special talent.
Yep.
And I'll give you guys one too. I can't think of his name, but there was a running back for the Green Bay, not a running back, a wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers just a couple of years ago, who played wide receiver / running back.
Yeah, for the Green Bay. Yeah, I remember that.
And guess what? Gone. That's a lot to take on your body.
Oh, yeah. You're going
to play running back and then go out there and play wide receiver, because you're going to lose something.
Oh.
You're going to lose your speed trying to
Body's
play.
going to break down.
Exactly.
Because even Debo was taking shots, man. He was giving shots too.
Taking some shots. I mean, that's something
now.
that we'll have to address in the future.
Yeah, you're young now, but you're going to lose a step. It may be a lot faster if you think you're going to continue to go up against a defensive lineman and a linebacker.
Get your money, young man. Get your money. Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
Get that.
But I got a question for both of you guys. I'm going to start it off with Brian. Do you bring Garoppolo back?
Do you bring him back? Well, let me
Or do you trade
rephrase it.
him in the offseason?
How does this season end? Do they win the championship or they lose it? Because that's going to kind of help out there too. So, hypothetically, which way are you talking?
If they win the NFC but lose in the Super Bowl,
You get rid of him. No
Gary?
questions.
He's gone either way, and
I think
here's
so too.
why. It's sort of like this. If I tell you I got money in my hand, and you see this hand, and then you see this hand, what hand you gonna pick? The hand that you can't see anything. And they have a quarterback that they drafted, and they gave up some picks to get him, and Trey Lance. And you know what you have in Jimmy Garoppolo. He's serviceable, but he doesn't seem to be able to make the big throws and make some questionable throws. So even if they win the Super Bowl, he's gone. It's just the writing's on the wall. The writing was on the wall when they drafted a quarterback. Everyone's aware. They didn't try to hide it from Jimmy. They made no promises. They said, we're drafting a quarterback. It's plain and simple for everybody to see that he will not be there next year. Yep. Super Bowl loss, Super Bowl win, NFC loss. He's not going to be there. You have a young quarterback in Trey Lance, which he might have to go through some growing pains, but will it be any worse than what it is now? That remains to be seen, but they're going to take their chances.
That's one. Are the fans willing to go 6-10? 6-11. If Trey Lance with the growing pains.
As a fan, I'll say this. If they do win, even if they get to the Super Bowl, there's two scenarios. If they get to the Super Bowl and lose, they get to the Super Bowl and win. As a fan, for me, I don't know how, but if that bad man, because he's still a bad man, if he leaves Green Bay and you do not somehow figure out a way to utilize Jimmy G, and I don't know how you do it, you don't have any picks, but figure out a way for 1 year to get Rodgers there, then I wouldn't live with a 6-10 season. If you didn't at least try to get a quarterback that's available, one of the GOATs that could put a spark plug to your offense to go along with that defense that's dominant.
Yep.
I couldn't live with a 6-10 season. I couldn't live with them just saying, all right, we're going to roll with Trey Lance. If you don't try. Now, if they try and he goes back to Green Bay or goes wherever he goes, then so be it. But
let's not forget that that's a friendly offensive. Kyle Shanahan, he's a good offensive coordinator, and Jimmy G is still just average. I mean, average.
Let's just face it. If he completes that pass to Emmanuel Sanders in the Super Bowl, we're not even talking about him being, leaving or not being there. But look at it. Would Brady have made that throw? Would Aaron Rodgers have made that throw? Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. Those are the reasons why you ask yourself those questions. I feel like Garoppolo is not going to be there next year. And I don't want to take anything away from him because all the scrutiny he's been under this year, kid just goes out and plays. Like I said, he's has some scary moments, but in the big moments, he completes some passes that get us a first down, get us in field goal range.
You got Trey Lance. Yeah. Trey. You got Trey waiting in the wings.
See what we got.
Right.
That's what's going to,
It would be interesting, like the team that that I'm surprised they didn't take Garoppolo is Washington. And I think Washington could have been a playoff team if they had Garoppolo on the team, but
I don't think so.
I think they would have beaten the Cowboys with Garoppolo on the team.
But like I said, he's came from two good offenses, Jimmy G. Scheme wise, Washington offensive scheme isn't really that.
No, but
I
their
don't think
defense
we can
is
hear you
good.
either.
Huh?
Oh, okay, we can hear you.
Their
Check
defense
one,
is
check two.
good.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, we're gonna see.
Yep.
I'm going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come.
Ooh.
Kansas City beats the Buffalo Bills 42-36. Emerson.
One of the greatest games, not this year, maybe of all time in postseason. Two of the great young quarterbacks, and we're going to call them the young guns because nobody wanted to lose. It reminded me of a heavyweight fight with just two heavyweights just throwing blows left and a right and a left. Take this, take that. And nobody wanted to go down. I refuse to lose. And I feel bad for Josh Allen on the defeat that he had to go through. There was 13 seconds left. They were already celebrating on the sideline, thinking about the ride home and playing next week. And with 13 seconds left, that bad dude, I don't know who you want to call him. I don't even know if he's human. Patrick Mahomes, he brings his team down the field, puts them in field goal range to win the game. I mean, unbelievable. Like, you just don't see football like that ever. I don't know if we'll ever see a game like that again. But my hat off to the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen, because he just wanted one more chance to prove that I can beat this guy. And let me say this. I don't know what we're going to do to make it fair about the overtime rule. And I've heard different grumblings from several different people, both in the media, on some of the sports stations. I don't know how we're going to fix that problem, but I think that's something that needs to be addressed during the offseason. And I know it's sudden death. Is there another way? Maybe we can switch things around. Okay, if you win the coin toss, I get to pick where you start from on your end of the field. I mean, can we do something like that to make it fair? All right, you got the coin toss. All right, I want you to start from the 10-yard line. I mean, I don't know how we can do that, or even if that's possible or feasible that we can do that. But I think a lot of people want to see we can't continue to play because you're putting players at risk, playing extra quarters and letting it go to double overtime and all. I know we can't do that, but I think there should be something. I like the sudden death, but I want to do something where another team has a chance to at least put their hands on the football. So that was my gripe. Only one more time, one of the best football games I've seen in the postseason in a long, long time. And it has to go down with some of the greatest games of all.
Well, I'm sorry. I'll hold my thoughts. Terry.
Well, for me, that Saturday night game was the greatest game I saw till I saw Kansas City and Buffalo play on Sunday. That was unbelievable. Just the amount of points scored, and what was that, like in 2 minutes and whatever
like 2
seconds?
minutes, man, it was like 25 points scored, man.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
that's incredible.
Just unbelievable. And if I watched Josh Allen after they scored, and everybody was on the sidelines kind of celebrating, but he was the only one I saw that just you could see it in his face. I'm not gonna believe it till there's no time left on the clock. And Patrick Mahomes, I got to give him credit. Got to give the team credit because they started out the year they did not look like they were going to be where they are right now.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill, he looks like, I forget the announcer that said it, but he looks like he's playing tag out there.
Yep.
I mean, a game of tag. He gets the ball and he's spinning and juking. But great game. Like that's like Emerson said, that's got to go down as one of the greatest games, playoff games ever.
But Terry, again, not to interrupt you there. He had 11 catches. Defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier, what are you doing?
So,
come on.
I feel like
I don't get it. I don't get it.
But what do you do? I mean, okay, you take away Hill, and then Kelsey kills you. You pick your poison.
I think I'll live with that. Kelsey can't run away from people like Tyreek Hill does. I'll take that.
Yeah, true.
Well,
yeah.
It also goes like this. If you got the time that Mahomes had, which he had the time, you're only going to be able to hold Tyreek Hill so long.
Right.
And now you got a breakdown.
Yeah,
and he didn't have any pressure on him. Let's be real. Those guys were gassed. They were tired on Kansas City side. They were tired on Buffalo side.
Yeah.
So it was basically whoever won the coin toss had the chance of winning the game.
Yep.
Because if Buffalo had gotten the football back, I would have bet my lunch money that they would have went down and scored.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this could be the next rivalry.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
AFC.
Brian.
Yeah. And it's definitely a rivalry. And I would have to say what T said, that I didn't think Buffalo would be here, not the way they were playing early in the season. Even Kansas City. We were talking about their defense was so horrible that there was no way they would make it to the playoffs or this far in the playoffs. But we knew their offense was potent, and once that defense got serviceable and got better, they just took off. And the linebacker that they got from the Steelers paid a little bit of dividends. I've seen Ingram's out there making some plays.
Yeah, Melvin Ingram.
Yeah.
He was playing. He was balling.
Yeah.
He was balling.
They got him. Yep. So they got him from us. But that was definitely that was the greatest game I seen in a playoff game for football. I was thinking of a couple of games that I was like, what was something I could think of? And then
I was trying to do the same thing. I couldn't think.
I think
Nothing
you probably
came to
have
mind.
to go
I
to
came up with
San Diego.
San Diego and who?
Was it Miami?
The Kellen Winslow game. You're going back to 1980, somewhere in that neighborhood, maybe 1980, 81.
The Mike, what was it, Atlanta? Was that Atlanta and Green Bay? Mike Vick in overtime ran it and went into the tunnel.
That was, I mean, there's been some great games.
Yeah. But
I just don't know. No. This game had some more juice to it.
Definitely.
I mean, it was 2 minutes of like
2 minutes
impact football.
25 points.
Yeah.
I mean,
one of the things for me was this. Mahomes was arguing with Eric Bieniemy during the season. Eric Bieniemy was told him, look, you don't have to get everything all at one time. Yep. They figured you out. They know you want to go deep. You can't continue to go deep every time. You've got to take what's in front of you. And in this game, it all clicked. He took everything that was in front of him and he just chopped going down the field. And by the end, Buffalo was gassed. And now he was able, I can throw it down the field now because there's no pressure. Breakdown, touchdown.
Well,
and if Buffalo had gotten the football back, Buffalo, I do believe, would have scored, tied the game.
Let me just say something in regards to, we were talking about the defensive coordinators and all that. 13 seconds left.
Thank you.
They got the field goal. And who catches the ball? Tyreek Hill and Kelsey.
And Kelsey.
The two dangerous guys, those two guys catch the ball.
Brian.
Pick your point.
Thank
What
you.
do you do?
Thank you.
Not those two.
I'm not letting those two
Not
beat
those
me.
two. Anybody but them two.
You can only, when you got a speed demon like that,
13 seconds.
and you're already tired, and there's no pressure on the quarterback, there's a good possibility he's going to get open.
13 seconds.
If
I'm not letting those two guys catch the ball.
So what are you doing? Rushing one?
But if the wide receiver is going 20 yards down the field and there's still no pressure on the quarterback, you're in trouble.
Say it again.
Yeah, 13
Leslie
seconds.
Frazier, you're up for a head coaching job. People are coveting you because you know defense. What defense were you playing there when the first play to Tyreek and then Kelsey and then Tyreek across the middle? What were you thinking about? I don't know what you were calling.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just saying in 13 seconds, how are these two guys catching the ball?
I think it was fried. I think he was in a situation, damn if you do, damn if you don't. If you play deep, he's going to kill you because you got no pressure on him. If you play up, he's going to kill you because he's still got too much time.
He's been around too long. No excuses. We praise them, these D coordinators, when they defense. They got the number one defense in the league.
Yeah.
We praise these defensive coordinators when they stop everybody and they got the number one defense and they want to wear the hat. I got the number one defense. But now you need to catch the business when it comes to the playoffs and you let Tyreek Hill and Kelsey go downfield in 13 seconds.
13
Well,
I got a problem with
let's be real. The defensive coordinator, Leslie Frazier, for Buffalo, is not going to get a job.
Probably
Todd
not.
Bowles is not going to get a job.
Probably not. Wait, no. Leslie Frazier, I don't know if he should have got a ride on the plane home.
Well,
13 seconds.
I can deal with Leslie Frazier more than I can deal with Todd Bowles calling an all-out blitz.
13 seconds. That's all I keep thinking about.
But
13 seconds. And you going to the AFC Championship game, Gore.
Well, the
13
seconds left in the game, also, I blame the coach. You don't kick the football out. You keep the football alive on the field to eat up some time.
So you want to do a squib kick?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to shave something off. You just don't give them a full 13 seconds.
How about you tackle them in bounds and I don't know.
Because anything can happen with a squid kick. Maybe the guy gets a brain fart. You don't know because you didn't try.
Maybe
I don't have a problem with that.
Maybe Leslie Frazier doesn't get on the team plane. You got to catch your own ride home, dude. I'm sorry.
One thing I'm going to say, because you saying about the squid kick, people seem to forget when they were punting the ball early in that game, they was getting good returns.
Yeah.
Kansas City. Yeah. So maybe that feared them a little bit. They just, you know what?
Kicker.
Right.
Even if you do, that's 4 seconds or 5 seconds off the clock.
But see, you're thinking about that. Oh, well.
Brian's thinking about a return all the way to the house.
Exactly. Because they were getting good returns.
I'm thinking about Leslie Frazier. You let these guys come down the field and get in field goal range with 13 seconds.
13 seconds.
I don't think you should be allowed on the team plane coming home. I'm going to stick by that.
I'm thinking that I need everybody's NFL predictions for the NFC Championship game and the AFC Championship game.
But before we get to that, let me just we have somebody in the chat. I'm gonna censor a little bit. Just say F. Brady said they probably would have scored anyway with the squib kick. And his question to us is it fair to say that Tyreek Hill is already a Hall of Famer. It's fair to say.
I don't know the stats on his stat.
Go ahead, Brian. I'll let you go.
I don't know the stats on that, but I'm gonna say if special team guy that was for the Bears, can't think of his name offhand.
Devin Hester.
Devin Hester.
Hester. Is he in the Hall of Fame?
I don't think they put him in.
I don't know. I don't think
think he's in yet.
That's a good question. I don't know, but just on the way he is going, for sure.
Let me jump in here. Phenomenal athlete, phenomenal receiver. One of the top receivers in the game today. I need to see some longevity with Tyreek Hill. I need to see him do this for about 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 years in the league where he's dominant. I've seen many good receivers come and go, and not with the quality of speed that he has to just turn the jets on whenever he feels like it. But I've seen some guys come in the league and blow us away. In 5 years, they're gone. We don't know what happened, whether it's devastating injury, whatever. We hope that never happens because I want to see more of Tyreek Hill. But the answer to your question, I do not think he's a Hall of Famer just yet.
Tyreek has 6,000 career yards, 56 touchdowns. That right there will. He's been in the league since 2016, so he still has about another 8,000 yards to go, or about another 8,000 yards to go, and
he might
he
break
needs
that
quite a
next
few
week.
more touchdowns. Is he on his way to the caller? Yes. If his career was to stop right now, no.
Yeah.
He will not be a Hall of Famer. He would go down as one of the most talented wide receivers that played the game.
Dangerous.
But right now, not a Hall of Famer. Guys,
He's
to
not a Patriots fan.
the Emerson.
Might be mad because
yes, sir.
Give me your pick. Bengals, Chiefs.
Joe Burrow.
Okay.
And then pull up the upset.
Brian, Bengals, Chiefs.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I think they're a little bit more seasoned.
Barry, Bengals, Chiefs.
I'm going Bengals.
Okay.
Thank you, Terry.
49ers, Rams. Brian.
You going with it? I'm
me?
gonna say taking the Rams, man.
Okay. 49ers, Rams. Emerson.
You know what? That hand is hot right now. I'm going to roll it with Jimmy G. With all of his heart palpitations, throws, that just makes me, I'm going to go with Jimmy G. I got a feeling Kyle Shanahan's going to put together a plan. He's going against another wonder kid that I think very high of in Sean McVay. Okay? They're a well-rounded team with all of that, but I'm taking the 49ers in this one. Here, y'all going to the Super Bowl.
49ers, Rams, Terry.
Let me just say this before I give my prediction. Odell Beckham, Matthew Stafford, Von Miller, Kupp, Aaron Donald, Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Parsons, Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, Devontae Adams, and Randall Cobb. These are all names that we had to play to get to where we are. So we just got to do it again.
I like that.
Yeah.
Niners.
Niners. I love it, Terry. I love it.
You know?
That's all
the big names we had to get. We just got to do it one more time.
All right.
Terry, I love it.
I'm gonna also say we're due. as bad as Jimmy has played, Jimmy 9 lives, he's due for a big game. Our offense is due for a big game.
Yeah.
So I think we could pull it off. All we need is a shot. That's all I have. We got our shot. It's not like it's really an away game for us. We're 50 minutes down the road.
Come on, man. Say
We're
that.
gonna pull it off, man.
Lala.
We're gonna do it, man. We're gonna do it.
But
People
to
gonna
beat
ride
the
it. They gonna
man,
ride their bikes
you
to the
gotta beat
stadium,
the
man.
man.
That's right. That's right. Ric Flair. Woo!
Oh,
And
man.
it's
There you go.
interesting. At one time, the former football coach Jim Harbaugh brought Ric Flair into to be a motivational. He gave a motivational speech
You
to
did?
the team. Yeah.
Whatever.
One more time, Brian. One more time.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs over the Bengals, and I'm gonna go 49ers over the
Wise
Rams.
man. Wise man.
All right.
And this is
Oh,
round
man.
2 of the Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the 49ers. Guys,
Yep.
this is it for today.
Hey.
Hey, before we close, F. Brady, he said, "Are we
He said-
really picking the Bengals with that middle school O line?" Yes, we are. We're picking them.
Not me, man. No. Come back next week,
And
and me and you can talk and slap these guys up because I don't see them beating them.
in this one, I got to give you a shout out, F. Brady, on this one. He called Jimmy Garoppolo Jimmy Westbrook Garoppolo. So
No, I like this guy. I like this guy, man. I like this guy.
Oh, man.
We will be
we'll
back
see you next week, man.
We will be back next week.
Come back and see us
Emerson.
next week. And we want to thank
man.
everybody for tuning in to one more great episode of Exo Sports. If you haven't heard about us, you better ask somebody. Tune in. Exo Sports. You can find us all over the internet. Boop.
No.
Come back and see us again. Welcome. Welcome.
Yeah, we have our other wingmen back.
Yes.
Definitely.
We
Thank
gotta
you,
go find
everybody, for coming in and listening to us tonight.
We thank
Night.
everybody.
Not
Appreciate
everybody.
you guys each and every week. All right.
Yeah. F.
Get
Brady.
rid of that
Yeah.
49ers helmet. I'm tired of letting that.
Exo Sports.
Yeah.
I like that
Exo
name.
Sports.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exo Sports. Exo Sports.